Hello everyone, I'm Colin Kennett. Today I've got 5 more tips and tricks that you might be able to use in your workshop, and let's have a look at them. Those of you who have been watching me for a while know that my dust collection system, I actually move it manually from machine to machine. It only takes a few moments. And what I discovered a long time ago, although they sell these hose clamps, these are typically plumbing hose clamps. They're not recommended for this kind of hose. What they really prefer is that you use this kind of a clamp. And I've seen some with a little twist knob on it, but I don't know where you get those because the only ones I can ever find, you have to use a screwdriver, and they're very slow to use with a screwdriver, even with a nut driver. But look at, I never throw anything out. Here's an old plastic spring clamp, and I've taken this and adapted it to it, and basically all it is you can see on one side, I'll give you a little bit of a close-up, you can see that the loop side, I've just put a screw through there with a washer, and the side that you're looking at closest to you, I've just drilled a couple of holes and then taken the inside of that and bent that down. It's spring steel, it's very hard, but look at, this is how easy it is to move from machine to machine. I can just leave this is just a spare hose that I have here to show you this, but I can move this, I can leave this from machine to machine, move it over like that, and now all I need to do is take my spring clamp, lift it up, and move it over there, and now that's on there firm. That isn't going to go anywhere. When I want to take it off, I just click my spring clamp, move it back, and it's done. It's that quick to move now my hose from one place to another and fasten it, even if I'm just using my little extension here. You know, I'm a big fan of trying to keep things as simple as I can. And actually, here's one right here. Look at this. I keep all my clamps in this little plastic basket. You know, I get these things from the dollar store for a couple bucks. They don't last forever, but you know what? They last. This one's probably 5 or 6 years old. It's great because I can take the whole thing right over to the project I'm working for, and all my different size clamps are in there. They're easy to find, easy to see, and easy to put away, easy to store. But that's not what I wanted to show you. These hand clamps, these are kind of old school, and probably a lot of you don't have these, but these are really neat clamps. I'm surprised how often I keep turning to these clamps. And the way they work, you can spin them like this to make them open and close, and of course they work independently. But not long ago I was trying to figure out how to grasp something in the middle of a board, and this is just an example. You know, when you're clamping things and you can't reach, you know, of course your C-clamps won't reach far enough. But what you can do, and what I did, is just put an extension on there, and I've made it permanent or semi-permanent, and I've bolted it on there. I've used some of these flat washers up close so that I can get wood in closer if I need to. And it's easy to take off, but look at it reaches in there, and you can clamp that down, and I'm surprised how much pressure you can put there. That wood is actually compressing, and you can see how that wood is compressing there. So you can, for clamping things sort of in the middle of a board, clamping boards together, it's just a quick, handy way of doing something like that. And you know what? When you don't need them, you just take them off, because I've got wing nuts on there, so they're easy to take off, and a couple little holes in there isn't going to compromise that clamp. But the other thing that I use these clamps for a lot, it's my third hand, and what I do with them, and you've probably watched me do this from time to time, when I have a board that I want to stand up for whatever reason, I may be doing something in the assembly, these things, you know, you got to be careful, but this board is almost 3 feet high, and it's holding it up quite nicely, and if you push it down firmly like that, it's actually, you know, it doesn't even wobble. It's just a nice way of holding boards vertically, or holding boards so that you can do whatever things you might need to do rather than trying to hold it with one hand and do something else with the board with the other. So just a quick, handy little clamp. Many years ago when I was clamping, I discovered that with these clamps, if you just kind of, when you're doing some glue ups on a flat bench, because they're top heavy, they fall over quite readily. And these black ones they're really bad. You just touch them and they fall over. So what I did, originally I made a rack just like this, only I used, instead of V-shape, I had U-shape. And it worked okay. So I decided to try V-shaped and see how they worked. And you know what? They worked a little bit better than the U-shape. They didn't, the clamps, when you put them in, they still spun from time to time. And I always said, if they still, with the V-shape, if they still spin, I'm going to put anti-skid material. And that's exactly what I've done with these. And now, whenever I'm gluing up, I can put these on like that. They sit in there. This stuff is just stapled on there. It's nothing fancy. I find this anti-skid material, it's very hard to glue it to wood. It just doesn't seem to stay. So staples are working just fine. You can still spin it if you want, but you know what? When you put boards on there, now you can move that back and forth and it doesn't spin around, compared to, say, this one here. And of course, now see, it doesn't take much for these to move around on you, even with the V-shape. And for those of you who are thinking about making these racks, just a quick note on how I made these. All of these are just V-shaped. The blade on my saw was set, I think, at 30 degrees. And I cut all of them, and these V-shapes are just random on here, so that depending on the material, I can move anywhere along. And if you'll notice, there's some circles at the end down here. That's just so that I make sure that I use the right ends, put the same ends together, because I cut these all out of a single board, and then I cut the board in half, and that way I knew that they would all be exactly the same. So that when I'm doing a glue up now, I can set these at wherever I want, and I can know that when I move down here to the other side, that these are now in that the same distance down. Well, and last but not least, I got a tip from one of my subscribers, Joe, and he said, put a screw into the end of a wooden handle on a bar clamp, and that way you can use your drill to move the screw back and forth. And I thought about that, and I put these extra wooden little levers in mine just to give it a little bit easier way of handling. But you know, with my bar clamps, I usually move them as tight as I can to the wood, so I don't have a lot of turning usually to do. But you may have something different. But here's where this trick really made a difference for me. Some time ago, I showed you how to add wooden handles to some of your C-clamps, especially when you want to put a C-clamp in an area where the bar keeps getting in the way. These are really handy. But look, I put a screw in the end of these because these are tedious to move these back and forth. And now I can move it quickly. Look at that. That's a great tip. Thanks, Joe. I'm using that already. And that concludes my video for today. I'm Colin Kennett for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.